Hey everybody, welcome back to part 4 of the free Rams ebook scheme. We're going to start off in strong today. Twins over 3 of 5, and this is the PA vertical shot. This one I want to run around the 15-yard line on the right side, and all I'm going to do is block RB, and I'm going to hold the left bumper when I hold this pass out to B when he cuts, right about when he's going to cut. And then you're high pointing that. That's why you're holding that LB. And I'm always throwing the bullet out there. I wait for him to get released right there. So it's going to be, you're going to have to react to what the cornerback does when you throw that ball, because sometimes they'll get locked up. Here's some more actual gameplay, me doing this in head-to-head. You're going to want to have, obviously, a good receiver there. He's going to have the high catching traffic, high jumping, and high spec catch. You want to pull that one off. So in practice mode, this one is a pain. That's why I figured I would just show this actually working. I've only had it not, it works at about an 80% clip, I'd say right now. Pretty high percentage. I'm getting that one to go. Wait for him to get released right there, then I throw that ball. Like I say, when he's locked up, you don't want to throw that. So timing is important. See, I wait, and then on this one, he gets behind, and I knew that if you threw it right there, it would have been intercepted. Once he cuts, then you throw that ball. He's going to be able to high point. He's going to be able to jump that. As long as you've got good accuracy on your quarterback, it will work out. See right there. Wait, then I throw right then. And we get the one-handed spec catch. So then next play out here, we're going to be running out of, let's see, we're going to get weak right here. And this is going to be the tight twins, 3 of 3. In the book, and it's going to be the PA boot shot. Again, this is a play I'm going to want to run to the open side of the field and put in like your backup receiving running back, because you're going to put him on a streak, so you don't want to tire out your other one. So I put like Archer out there, and I'll run him on this or something like that. Now B, you can do whatever you want with on this play. This will beat most like cover 3s, cover 4s. They'll kill that A route underneath, but you have to throw like a right bullet in a sense. You've got to do a right pass lead normally on most all occasions. That's the key to that. If you do not, you sail it over the top, you're going to have the safeties will be able to come down and make a play on it. So really the key to this one is getting that right pass lead. And it's really, for me, it's like a 3 o'clock pass lead, and it's normally always a bullet on that pass. If you let the play develop a very long time, that's probably, on occasion you can hit the that pass route without having to put anything on that, without having to put a lead on it, but otherwise you'll need it. That X route is decent against the man. It's not as good as you would think. If you want to leave B is the one where you can kind of maneuver. You'll see me doing that. The in route on B is probably the best one to get a play off of, because at least it's the secondary stuff after. If you realize there's not the open up top, if there's somebody like sitting underneath that A route, you're not going to want to throw it in them. But for the most part, you see the zone. Once I know I have him in there, I hit that right pass lead, and then we're fine with that big chunk there. So you want to see that. We're going to be driving him off with RB. He'll drive the top off, and this one you see right there is I didn't need much of a lead on that one. It just depends on how it breaks sometimes, but for the most part, just know that's what you're gonna have to do to play it safe. But as you see right there, just wait until you're a little bit behind that defender. That way, when you throw, the linebackers won't be breaking on the ball. So it's just getting that timing down on that. But you'll make this quite a bit. I have been using this. You'll see this in a lot of the games I've been playing. This play I've been hitting also. So both of these two have been pretty dang effective so far. In head to head. And then now we'll get a couple more out here. I think we got 3 more. The gun wing trips weak, number 4 out of shotgun. So the number 4 out of shotgun, and this one right here is going to be the slot out. Skipping there a couple times. Slot out is going to be the play on this one. And on this guy, I just found, blocking Y here and then taking X and putting him on a slant. It really opens up the X and the B on both the routes. The main ones, you can hit A over the middle sometimes, but really the way that those cross, especially that X, he's going to be open a lot against most coverages. Most coverages you're going to see. The RB route out there, you can get a few yards on it. It's not great. I think it has a higher chance of being picked a lot of the times. And then you see the secondary route, the 2 crossing there. So between the 2 of those, like I say, and then A early on. You know, there you go, little face, catch it up, brah. But A early on, if you're seeing maybe a cover 2 over the top, he will split there. But for the most part, that one's not as great as you would think either. It's kind of tough to hit that one even when he splits. You've got to get a real deep pass on A if he gets it to safety level and kind of lob it over the top, which I really think the better routes are going to be the X route on this one, and then the you know, crossing to the right there, or you know, waiting for the play to develop, either one, and then the B behind it. So really the X and the B are my main reads, but again, you will find that A right down the middle at times though to start the play off too. So that's kind of the areas you should be looking at when running that one, but and not too much. You know, again, you're just slanting X off the line and you're blocking Y. And like I say, you know, if you've got a tight man situation there, you can try and hit that right side one if you know it's locked up. If you know they're not going to be running, you know, a low end safe, you know, corner or anything like that, because the light blues will pick that one for 6. So that's why that route to me is like, I'm really more looking for the under crossing abilities on this play. And get this one up just one more time here. As they cross up, and there you go. The up pass lead too. When you're hitting the windows right there, as they're coming across, I should say, you can do an up pass lead, and they'll kind of slow it up, and your receiver will kind of go up. So it's easier to hit between receivers when you do that. Just something to keep note of also. Okay, now I would like to get, we'll get 2 more out of the, and they're going to both be out of the I form. We're going to both be out of Pro Twins, 2 of 4 and out of the I form. And then let's see, we'll go through this one, what plays we're going to run to. I think we'll do a dagger, but let's first do the post wheel shot out of this post wheel shot. Let's see on here, get the setup, and basically all we're going to do is we're going to take RB and we're going to put him on a streak. We're going to motion him out left. Now this is the base play. We know we can do a few different things out here with A. You can put him on, you know, right there on the curl, and you know that normally glitches out. Well, I think most everybody knows this glitches kind of the safety stuff out now. I can show you that. I'm not really saying to recommend to run it that way, but you know that's what that does to the defense. But let's go through some of the other you know, versions, you know, parts of that. You know, if you want to take, you know, and mix it up just one time, throw out there. You can throw him out on the other side, see how to play. Like I do at least like we have A underneath, which you normally don't have that nice of a route underneath on these type of PA shots. So that one I think is pretty solid. You still get your fullback out there blocking, and he sets up in the middle. Like pass lead, and you lead that one towards the sidelines when I throw that route. Whenever that route breaks out there, normally I end up having to throw that right left pass lead, you know, towards the sidelines with a bullet. And there's that under. You'll see on occasion on that one. Now we'll take him, and if you got the room, take him on and put A on and out. You know, and that way you get him on a route, and you can still hit this. So you know what I mean. We all know the other route does that, but let's run an out route instead. You know, stay classy. Let's not do the curl abuse one, because everyone's looking for that. You know what I mean already. So, and you give yourself a better option also, because it turns A into a man beater out there. You know, if you've got a guy who you know, good enough route running and whatnot. You know, depending on who your matchup is. But again, you can just sneak that one in there a few times on that play. And you know, like most of those any of the wheels, post wheels, and all that, that's what you're going to see a lot. But it is at least something you can dial up from what appears to be a run set, and you know, maybe catch somebody slipping also. There you go. Kick that out just on the man out there, and get one more of these, and see the deeper one. And again, just a little bit of time, get X crossing even on the man. He'll be able to take that. You know, again, and this is practice mode. Your players by now should be a lot better. So let's go out here and let's get one more play in. This was out of the same one, the iForm Pro Twins, and we'll run this one. It's just dagger here. This one I will run a bit when people start blitzing. This is one of the plays I was starting to use, and basically just kind of, you can take Y, put him on a wheel. You know, everybody else A and RB are blocking on this one, so we're just taking him out there. And you know, normally this will, if I'm catching somebody throwing some heaters or something like this is just a play that I can mix in there from time to time. So I figured I would show you this one. We got the X out there on a nice, you know, it's like a deep in there, and you know, depending if you got a good route running guy and you know whatnot, the B should take the top off of that, so it should give you space to where the safety can't jump that also. You know, hopefully you got the you know, the players to pull that one off, and then you've got Y on the man, but that one you've got to hit kind of early, because the other routes will still hang in that area. So so you don't have a huge window for that Y as much as you would think with the way this play is, unless you want to change that deep end. You want to slant him out or something to give yourself more space. If you change the X, then you would have more space on it. But against certain zones, it'll definitely play well. Though. But against man, that's when that will come up. But I see. But normally when I'm in the situations, they're running zone. So that's it right now for now, guys. So thanks for checking this out, and man, maybe more later. We'll see what's up. But check you later.